I've been playing this game, ARK, on my iPad. I was watching my older son Dominic play it on his iPhone. It was interesting watching him survive in the world. To be honest, I have the game on my Xbox One. It was free to download, and I tried it out a while back. There's two open worlds you can play. You can either play by yourself, or you can play with others. I made the mistake of playing with other players. I was killed 20 minutes into the game by a clan of guys. They took all of my supplies and destroyed anything they didn't take. That was enough for me to uninstall the game, and I hadn't played the game since. Dominic said I should try it again and just play single player until I got good enough to play with other players. I was so intrigued watching him play, I decided to give the game another try. You guys are jumping in after I've already moved to another area and I've built 3 different camps since then. My latest camp is by far the best, though trial and error I have learned to build better camps. So let's jump into this game called ARK. Please excuse some of the background noise. While I was out looking for animals to hunt because I needed hide and meat, I came across this guy. I couldn't tell if he was a carnivore or an herbivore. I heard some creature being hunted and killed in the water. I went to investigate. I wasn't sure if this was the dinosaur that was the culprit of the confrontation. From a distance, he looked pretty non-threatening, but upon closer inspection, I thought he was too big for me to hunt just yet. So I decided to look elsewhere for hide and meat. Yeah, I wasn't ready to mess with a Triceratops either. I spotted a much slower, easier target. I just had to make sure that I had enough spears. I had only 1 spear. I checked to see if I had enough resources to make more spears. I didn't. I went out and gathered some more fiber so I could make a few extra spears. And now it was time for the hunt to begin. Now you see why I made more spears. I thought I made at least 3 spears. I had only 1 spear left. I had to go and collect more resources before I could build more spears. With enough resources, this time I made sure I had enough spears. My curiosity led me back to that big whatever it was in the water. Man, it was huge. I was tempted, but I wasn't stupid. Then I saw the Triceratops. It had some aura thing going on in its face. I was like, what the heck? Does that mean this thing is super strong or something? So yeah, both of them were out of the picture. Man, look at that. Just look at him. He's huge. See, his eyes were red looking there. That made me realize this dude had to be a carnivore or something. I wasn't even messing with that, so I took off running. I filled up my water skin in the water, and then after that I headed off to look for more meat and hide. I was very cautious in this new area. I was ambushed and killed by a small group of raptors when I first came here. So I didn't want that to happen again. I came across this pteranodon. Thought it might be an easy target. But after a few hits, I realized that was a dumb idea, and I didn't want to waste any arrows. So I gave up my pursuit. I discovered another Carboninus by the water. Though they were slow, easy targets, I was initially weary because I'd seen larger carnivores down there, including raptors. So I made my way slowly down, making sure I could make my way back up in case I needed to make a hasty retreat. After I took a poop, I knew I was ready. I made my way back up into the forest and came across a small herd of Triceratops. I felt uneasy. I discovered that if I sometimes got too close, they would attack me. This one was exceptionally huge, and I didn't like the way they were staring at me. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. I came across this egg and knew better not to mess with it, with the others so close by. But then I checked to see if I needed to eat. It was a dumb idea, but if I ate the egg, it would be enough energy to finish my hunt, then get back to my camp. As soon as I took the egg, I was in trouble. As I tried to flee, my character froze momentarily, allowing me to get hit several times. This would be one of my only complaints about the game. I'm playing on the latest iPad. It can easily handle the game, but I find myself freezing from time to time when I run. When I thought I was far enough, I stopped to check to see if I was still being pursued. Then I checked to see if my vitals were okay after being attacked. Fortunately, I caught off in the corner of my eye. There she was, still coming after me. It was time to haul ass and get back to my camp. I made sure to fortify my camp this time. This building I made off of a natural stone structure. And I'm glad that I did, as you'll soon see. Sure enough, there was the Triceratops. She followed me all the way back home. I was a little worried at first. I didn't think my structure would hold, but I put a lot of work into the structure. And I made sure this time that it was higher up so I could shoot my arrows from a distance and also throw my spears. I knew this wasn't going to stop anytime soon. This one was really angry with me and was not going to go away. Quickly, I made more arrows. I didn't know how long this battle would take. I shit myself from sheer excitement. While I had a moment, I feverishly made more arrows until I ran out of resources. Hopefully the arrows I had would be enough. Crap. It was charging my fort again. All the efforts I put into my building would hopefully be enough to withstand the attacks. I was now out of arrows and only had spears. It attacked me from the side and I was taken off guard. I didn't think it could reach me up that high. Man, this was a massive. It was huge. I cursed her honestly several times, wishing I would have made windows on that left side, because it just was running over the. Right now, it's actually attacking that left side, but that is all stone, and it was failing at it. So I got hit there a few times, and I just was like, okay, let me calm down, let me relax, let me think of how to take this creature out, because I didn't have time to make more of my resource. I didn't have time to get more resources. My resources were right in front of my cabin, or my fort, should I say. So I just told myself, okay, let me just relax and see if the spears that I have left will be enough. If not, then I was going to have to go out there and get me some more resources from my storage cabinet. This also taught me a valuable lesson to bring my storage inside. And I was going to do that, but I was so busy and I became distracted. I mean, there's really no excuse. I just was distracted doing some other missions that I forgot to break down my cabinet, bring it inside, and then rebuild it so I could have all my supplies inside the safety of my fort. But that will be next, because I made a room for it off to the left of me right there. There's on the bottom level, there's a storage room that I was planning to put that in. After what seemed an eternity, finally it started to slow down and weaken, and I threw the last remaining spears at it, and I killed it. I initially thought that it fell right there, but you can hear in the video it slowly trails off and it whines and it dies off somewhere else. So I was forced to go out there and look to see where it had died. I was really concerned, thinking that maybe it was still alive and it was just injured. So as you can see, I'm just looking around. It started to rain, of course. That wasn't nice. And I was nervous. But I told myself if it charged me, I would just hide behind the stone structure area. And finally, I found the body. It was way away from my fort. And I tell you what, I felt really accomplished because I was able to craft my sleeping bag. And that was the main reason for all this mission, because I had forgotten to make my sleeping bag, and I couldn't. If I died, I couldn't spawn back at my fort. Now I'll be able to spawn. Oh, hey, there's some dookie. But now I'm able to spawn at my fort. And as you can see, I put a lot of work, and I'm not even done yet, because I'm going to be in this land for some time. Taking all the resources, looking for certain missions, and finding new types of dinosaurs that I might have to go against. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks.